Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Comparing RuneScape series, a series where I compare things in old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3. This episode, we are going to be taking a look at Lumbridge, probably one of the most iconic cities in all of RuneScape. Before we get into that though, make sure to subscribe if you aren't, share the video with your friends, and come back for more RuneScape 3 and old school RuneScape content. And as always, we're going to go ahead and get started with an aerial view. Okay, so for this video, I think we're just going to take a look at the major points. So we're going to take a look at the castle and the surrounding areas. There we go. There is the castle. There is the graveyard, the chapel. Bob's Axe store can be found right here. Then, of course, you have the furnace area, the general store, Farmer Fred, the cow area, and the goblin area. So that is Lumbridge. And we'll hop over onto RuneScape 3 and take a look over there. Okay guys, so here we are at RuneScape 3. There is the castle. Of course, in RuneScape 3 behind it you can see the crater where a big hole was made. And then we have same things. We've got the furnace. This used to be a combat area, but now it is a shopping area. You've got a fishing store, the general store, and the same little starting hut. Then behind us, we have the graveyard. You have the chapel, Bob's Axes, and the little store next to his. And of course, over this way, you have the cows, and the chickens. And as you can see, Fred's house has been moved over here. So that is Lumbridge from the air in RuneScape 3. I think we can head over this way a little bit and kind of show you the Lumbridge swamp. We're not going to get into it too much in this video, but I do want to share it. So as you can see, there's this little rift thing here. It's a kind of a prayer training activity. Really, it's just dead content. And that is the Lumbridge swamp. So, okay, I'll be back and we'll go ahead and take a look inside some stores on both games. There's some of the buildings. Okay guys, here we are back on old school RuneScape, and I think we're going to go ahead and take a look, starting with inside the castle, as it's the biggest area, and we'll take a look together. So this is the first floor. You know, you've got the cook over here. You've got the dining hall for recipe for disaster. And of course, the left side to go up the stairs. Right side stairs don't exist. This is going to be the second floor. As you can see, you know, I got the Duke, the rooms. Very iconic. Spinning wheel. General things. We'll go up one more floor where you can find the Lumbridge Bank, which we'll go ahead. As you can see, Lumbridge Bank, a couple people here. And if we want to, that's about it. So, unlike RuneScape 3, you cannot go any higher. Which, speaking of that, let's hop over to RuneScape 3 and take a look at the inside of the castle over there. Okay, here we are on RuneScape 3. I've put on the legacy interface just so it's not as in the face for everyone who isn't used to it, but we'll go ahead, head on inside the castle. It's basically the exact same layout, as you can see, just updated graphics. I'll make sure and go to the basement first for... actually, we'll save that. There's first floor, second floor, same thing. It looks like they updated their linens. They're not red anymore, they're white. And then you have the spinning wheel, and yeah, of course, a man to pickpocket, and the guards. And then we'll go ahead, head up one more floor, and you have the bank. Go step inside, the bank booth, the banker. Basically looks the same. But like I said, you can actually climb up one more floor here on RuneScape 3 and raise the flag, which is an achievement for the area. But there you go. That is the castle. Go ahead and hop back onto Old School RuneScape and go into some of the other stores in the area. Okay, so we're probably going to be best off to take a step first into the chapel. Super quick. Look inside. There you go. And then we'll head over. I think Bob's Axes is the next best place to take a look. Probably one of the most iconic areas. So here you go. And while we're over here, I think it's going to be best for us to then head over and look at the general store, as of course that is the most iconic thing in Lumbridge, in my opinion. But that's because I watched way too much Tanoob show getting into this game. There you are. There's the shop. As you can see, you've got basic things for the general store. Actually, I'm going to go back and we'll take a look at what Bob has to sell, because there is a difference, believe it or not. So head on over again, slowly working there. Take a look at Bob. So got basically up to steel, and then a few different battle axes up to mithril. And yeah, those are those. So I will be right back and we'll take a look at the same stores in RuneScape 3. Okay, so we'll take a look over here at the chapel. As you can see, we have a giant organ here that you can actually play. Sit down, you can play the organ, and these hands come out, play on the organ for you. This is also an achievement for the area if you're playing on RuneScape 3. So yeah, there you go. And from the chapel, we'll go ahead and head on over to Bob. Take a look at what he has to sell. As you can see, he actually sells all types of axes up to adamant, including throwing axes and pickaxes. So this is a great place if you are a starting level to get stuff. Again, I've said in some of the other videos, adamant is definitely still beginner gear. So you can actually make all of your own gear with mining and smithing, so it's not that big of a deal. While we're here, let's go ahead and head on over to the general store and take a look over here. Our farming patch for the tree, another thing, is moved over here because, as I said before, there is a giant crater where they usually do events in RuneScape 3. We'll take a look at the general store. As you can see, it's almost exactly the same as in Old School RuneScape. So then you come over here, and the other thing we have that Old School doesn't have is a chest, and there's a bank. And this is actually one thing RuneScape has that Old School doesn't, being the Thieving Guild. So we'll go ahead and take a look here while we are here, because these are pretty important areas for RuneScape 3. So this is the Thieves Guild. You are able to, through quests, expand it and grow it. You can train thieving down here. You unlock different things like chests, and this is also where you learn safe cracking. There is a bank, and then there is a store that sells you stuff that you can use for thieving. So just a few things for that. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I really wish Old School RuneScape had a thieving guild. Maybe it does, and I just don't know enough about the game yet, but there we go. So we'll go ahead and hop over to Old School RuneScape and finish off by taking a look at the underground. Okay, so we're back over on Old School RuneScape, and we're going to take a look inside the trapdoor and look at the area underneath. So here we go. I do need to pull out a handle real quick, because I do not have a lantern, and I want to show you guys the swamp. So there we go. There is the underground. I can squeeze through this hole, and it gets a bit darker, but then we can head over this way. I'm fairly certain I can squeeze through here. Yep, and this is the Lumbridge Swamp, which is a really iconic area in old school RuneScape. So, as you can see, it's pretty big. Lots of stuff to do over here. Got some cave goblins and different creatures. It's kind of like a entry-level cave, or a Slayer cave. And head back this way, I think, is going to be our best bet, just to avoid too many creatures. But yeah, there we go. Oh, of course, and my thing got extinguished, so excuse the dark screen. Should have brought a tinderbox, but as you can see, there is the area of the Lumbridge Swamp. So I'm going to hop over to RuneScape 3, and we will take a look over there at what it looks like underneath. Okay, so here we are on RuneScape 3. We'll go ahead and head on in. And this is the Lumbridge basement. As you can see, it's basically the exact same. We'll go ahead, though, and I'm going to pull out my Sears headband from my bank chest, because this acts as a light source, so that way I don't have to worry about swamp gases. And we'll head on over and take a look at the Lumbridge Swamp. Go through here and head on in. And here is the Lumbridge Swamp on RuneScape 3. It's a little bit different, but same creatures, same premise. Get some eerie lighting, though, which is kind of neat. And we've got over here and over this way. I will not be taking a look at the Tears of Guthix area, as I have not unlocked it on my Iron Man on old school RuneScape, so I can't show it to you guys. But we'll keep heading around, show you guys the rest of the swamp. It's pretty cool down here. I actually really like what they've done with the caves here. I like the lighting. You have all the same creatures, which is really neat to see their designs. Some of them just look the same. Like the cave slimes look the same, which is interesting because we do have a redesign for some bossing dungeons. But there we go. Of course, got hit by the hand. But yeah, there is the Lumbridge Swamp. So we'll finish up, head back over to old school RuneScape, and finish out the video. Alrighty guys, so that is going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. What was your biggest difference that you found between them? What do you think from old school RuneScape 3 should have kept? Or what do you think old school RuneScape should add from RuneScape 3 to old school? I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give the video a like if you did, dislike it if you didn't, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.